Hey everybody, today I want to show you another strengthening exercise that you can do for your affected arm, right? Now this particular exercise is going to be for those of you who have a little bit of movement coming back in your shoulder, meaning specifically the front of your shoulder, that anterior deltoid. That's the muscle that's going to allow us to lift and raise our arm, right? It's not the only muscle, but that's kind of one of the main muscles that allow us to do that movement, right? But when our arm is weak after a stroke, and if we're fortunate enough to have some movement coming back, if you have movement in the front of your shoulder, you should be able to do a little bit of what I call this table slide, this slide forward and back with your arm supported. Also, if you are someone who if you try to lift your arm, so if you're just sitting in a chair and someone says, okay, can you reach up, give me a high five, can you show me how you lift or raise your arm? If it looks anything like this, or you're doing it but you see how my whole body's turning. Let me turn this way so you can see better. So it shouldn't look like this, right? If you can't get yourself in this um, shoulder height, like get your arm from here to here or from here to here, right? Without, rolling, rocking, tip lifting, taking your other hand and getting it up there, then that's not how I want you to do it. I want you to sit at the table and try this exercise because this is going to be perfect for you. There are many ways that you can uh, kind of upgrade it, make it more challenging. If you're more at the beginning stages, so if you just have a little bit of movement, grab your handy dandy towel. This is the same towel I use when I'm showing how to stretch your arm at a table, right? The only difference is because now we're focused on actually strengthening this muscle in front of your shoulder. We don't want anything else helping us out. So when you do this exercise, get your towel, have your arm flat on the towel, and then this time you're not using your other hand to help. That was only when you're stretching. Now we want to allow this arm just to do whatever it can of its own accord, right? And so what we're looking for is just that gentle glide forward. You notice it's just my arm moving, right? I'm not doing this. I'm not throwing my body into it. I'm not using my torso, right? We don't want to do that. We don't want to cheat, so to speak. We want to give this muscle, that anterior deltoid, the muscle that helps you raise your arm, we want to give that muscle room to do what it can do, right? So for some of you, again, if you just barely have any movement, you can have someone with you kind of help gently take you through that range and pull it back. That's what I'd call active assisted, right? You can do it yourself. Just make sure that it's kind of hard to make your brain do this, but this is what you want to think. Okay, I'm getting a little help to move my arm forward, but you're still doing everything you can, letting that muscle work with you, right? Right? So beyond that, the next step up from there, say you've got enough movement to kind of do this on your own, right? So now we want to kind of harness that a little bit and focus in on a specific target, right? It doesn't matter what you use. This is just a Bluetooth speaker. You just have it set up in front of your hand, and that's your target, right? So you're only going to go as far as you can without substituting or getting into these other funky movement patterns, right? So if it's set too far, and in order for me to get that way or to get to that target, I'm having to throw my body forward, then you don't want to do that. And I tell my patients all the time, I don't care if we're only going a half an inch or less, it doesn't matter. The whole focus and the whole point of this exercise is to get that muscle to fire within its own, whatever it's capable of doing in the purest sense, right? So we don't want anything else helping, and we don't want to use bad form or bad body position. So you're going to sit nice and tall. I always say like a queen on her throne or a king on his throne. If your set up your target, and then all you're going to do is aim for those fingers to come right to the edge of that target and back without anything else helping. All right. The beauty of this exercise is you're working this muscle just like someone who didn't have, weakness from a stroke, but had like a dumbbell and they were doing this. front raises or something like that. But we can't do that, obviously. So this is our way of giving that muscle a chance to work. So you're going to use that support of the table to keep this elbow and shoulder in a good position, and then just glide forward towards your target and then glide back. For some people, forward is great, and you get here and then it's like, oh, you can't really come back, or it's harder. You notice there's these imbalances. Sometimes some muscles, not sometimes, a lot of times, certain muscles obviously are going to be stronger than others. So maybe you come forward, but you need a little help, or you need to help use that other arm to help pull you back. Just remember, for this specific exercise that I'm showing you now, the primary focus is working the front of that arm, that the deltoid, the front anterior deltoid, right? So this is where the work is. I want you to focus on coming forward. And then if you need to help your arm to come back to the beginning position, then do that. That's fine. If you're able to do it and it's a little bit effortful, but you can still do it, then that's great. You're going to work that posterior deltoid and some of those other rotators as well, right? Or shoulder extenders. Work those muscles, both directions. The most important thing, again, is to make sure that you're in a good position, that you're not leaning your torso forward. Find your target and then go to work. Start with short repetitions. Again, a lot of this, because I'm not there with you, you're going to have to make some of these decisions yourself, kind of based on what these guidelines that I'm giving you. So if you're in the camp where you've got it's pretty weak, a little bit of movement, or if you're having to actively assist yourself, then start with shorter repetitions, right? Maybe 3 to 5 at a time, and then rest. Because if you're at that stage, your muscles will probably fatigue and poop out pretty quick. And if that happens, that doesn't mean they're gone. It just means you need to rest, right? If you have a lot of movement, or you can do this pretty easily, I mean, not easily, but you've got enough movement to kind of rep it out. You can do this multiple times. Then you really need to hone in and focus on your body position and the target, and really go forward and back. And for you, you might be able to do sets of 10. And if you're really good, the next step from there, again, this is for anyone who does not have full movement or full strength in the arm to raise your arm to shoulder level, right? So if you're hiking or doing anything funky like that, this is for you. But you can make this even harder, right? To get you to the point where now you can lift your arm, right? So once you're pretty decent here and you're doing like 3 to 4 sets of 10 and it feels pretty good, everything is the same, but now you can add a little bit of resistance, right? And there's a lot of different ways you can do this. And I'm telling you, even adding like a quarter pound, half a pound, just a little bit, you can sometimes see a difference, right? So I wouldn't jump to like throwing 2 to 3 pounds on your towel, because it can get pretty ugly pretty quick, right? So you want to kind of find that balance where you're challenging your muscles a little bit. So again, what I'm about to show you is for those of you who are maybe a little bit higher level. You're maybe almost to where you can lift your arm, and you can do multiple sets of 10 in this position. Then what you're going to want to do is add some resistance. So you can use, I just have a 1 pound bag of rice. You can do beans. You can obviously, if you have any wrist or ankle weights, that's usually what I will have patients use when I'm at work. Everything's kind of the same. I have a towel. All I do is I sneak in a little weight underneath. So right now, this is my 1 pound bag of rice, because that's what I have here. That might be what you have at home. Just slide that under the towel, and all you're going to do now, everything's the same. Move towards your target, but now not only are you moving your arm, but you're moving a little bit of weight with it. I hope that makes sense, okay? So again, say you throw a pound on there, say you have an ankle weight and you throw it on there, and what you start to see is like, I get about halfway and I'm like, I can't rep it out like I was before. Then that just means the weight is too much. So find a way to play around with the amount of weight or resistance that you add, and find that sweet spot where it's challenging, but you can still complete the movement, right? And again, and I say this a lot, you want to complete the movement without any kind of funky movements where you're leaning forward or you're hiking or doing anything crazy like that. So always, if you can, try to find one of those, some kind of mirror, and prop it in front of you so you can keep your eye on your shoulder. It should stay nice and level, and just the front of the arm is working, right? That anterior deltoid. That's it. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Again, you've got a lot of options for adding resistance, but only do it when you're ready. All right. You don't want to like do that 0 to 60 thing. I talk about that a lot too. Don't jump too far too fast. If you work in these small increments and you work quality movement and lots of repetitions, then you're going to get there, right? A lot of it, this recovery after a stroke, is a big waiting game because we don't know, even the doctors, they can't tell you in 6 weeks and 3 months and 1 year you can expect XYZ. It's really what your body is going to do, and it's just a big waiting game. But there is so much you can do regardless of what level you're at. So that's what this whole channel is about. And I'm really working hard to give everyone different things that they can do for whatever level they're at. So please leave me a comment if you have any questions about what I'm showing you, or want some other things that you can do, or really you're kind of getting stuck and feel like you're struggling, because you do want to have some form of routine for stretching, for strengthening, for balance, for core, all of that, in your home recovery program. Okay. All right. So let me know if you have any questions. And again, I really hope this was helpful. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more DIY videos to help you along the way in your stroke recovery. Struggling at home? Have a question? Leave me a comment. I'm here to help.